Hi, I'm Dave Dunitz, and I'm going to be your professor for OrgPsych 590 Statistics in Organizational Psychology. Now, I want this to be one of the best courses you've ever had, and I definitely want it to be the very best stats course you've ever had. We're not going to be looking at a lot of math. We're not going to look at the underlying theory of the mathematical principles of stats. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the applied side. How can you use statistics to tell what's true and what's not true? I don't want to turn you into a statistician. I want to turn you into a consumer of stats, a consumer of research, someone that can take a research paper and go through it and say, this looks credible, or, ooh, I've got some doubts about this. So that's what my goal is to make you a good consumer of stats and research. Now, what I want to do in this video here is I want to share a little bit about my background, and then I want to go over the four main parts of this course. Now, my background is that I was a church planting pastor in France for 17 years, which is not the normal background for most stats professors. But before that, I was an electrical engineer, so I've got this kind of natural love for math. But my passion is for ministry and church planting, and that's how I got involved in organizational psychology, because I saw in churches, including churches that I started and led myself, sometimes you get these people in organizations that have great motives, Christian organizations that want to do good, and they so often become dysfunctional in spite of everybody's good motives. And that's what led me into the research field of organizational psychology. Now, I've been here at Azusa Pacific for about 17 years also, and this is the 7th year, I believe, of the OrgPsych program, and I just absolutely love teaching in the OrgPsych program. I do the stats and the research methods classes. Sometimes I do ethics, and then I also work with you really closely during your thesis. I'll be your stats advisor, and I'll help you with research design and research analysis, and we'll spend a lot of time together in your thesis classes. So we're actually going to get to know each other really well, because we'll have the stats and research methods together, and then we'll have the 2 semesters of thesis as well. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about this course. Let's move on to the 4 parts of this course. Now, this class, theoretically, it's an online course. It's got that and it's 590-Z1. That means you can take this as a completely online course, not having any meetings with me or other classmates, doing everything online through Canvas. Or the class will meet together at 5:30 p.m. on Mondays for a Zoom meeting. And you can do it either way, with the Zoom meetings on Monday or completely online. Now, I strongly recommend the 5:30 Monday meetings, because I know the course works really well. When we did this all through COVID, we did this that way, and it was just as good as the on the ground course. So I encourage you to do that. But if for some reason you need to do this completely online, you can do it. I've never actually done it with, nobody's ever actually chosen to do it completely online, but that's a possibility. So the different parts of the course are, you have a choice on either doing the online discussions in Canvas. Those are the threaded discussions where you have to make a main post by Wednesday and then respond to 2 other posts by Sunday. And that's good. They're in-depth discussion questions, and you're going to have to think a lot about, and you'll have to respond in depth to the if I respond to you or if other students respond to you. So instead of doing the online threaded discussions, you can come to the 5:30 Monday Zoom meetings, and you'll get credit for the discussion by coming to the class. Now, what are we going to do during these 5:30 Monday Zoom meetings? Well, one, we'll talk about the class, make sure everybody's understanding what's going on. I'll do a little review and overview of what's going on and just make sure that everybody's connecting. And then, but the main thing that you're going to do in the 5:30 Monday Zoom meetings are what's known as the activities. Now, everybody has to do the activities. You can do them alone, online, at your own rate, or you can do them at the 5:30 Monday Zoom meetings in the breakout rooms. And so that's what makes the 5:30 meetings even more interesting, is because you get to work in a small group with 3 to 6 people doing these activities. Now, what are these activities? These activities, I've got like dozens and dozens of short lectures, typically like between 3 and 5 minutes, covering the stats material. And then there's a little exercise that you need to do in Excel. So there's going to be a bunch of videos to watch. You'll download the PowerPoint so that you can take notes and get information off of the PowerPoint. And then you'll also download an Excel spreadsheet. It has about 10 tabs on it, and each of the tabs will have a little mini exercise. And so you can either do that in the 5:30 Monday Zoom meetings in a group working together, and then if you have any questions, you can come back to the main room. You can leave the breakout room and come ask me about it. Or you can just keep working it through, helping out each other, work through the activities. And then when you're done, you come and let me know that you finished and get credit for participation, get credit for the online discussion. And then you'll upload your Excel mini exercises in Canvas. Now, if you're doing it alone, without coming to the 5:30 meetings, you have to do all of that at your own pace, and that's quite doable. So the 5:30 Monday Zoom meetings cover both the online discussion and the activities. So I really encourage you to come to the 5:30 Monday Zoom meetings. The third part is the homework, and the homework for this course is quite similar to the mini exercises. What you'll do is you'll download an Excel spreadsheet, and on each tab there will be instructions for one exercise, and you need to do the exercise. And they're all word problems. We're not doing any they're all word problems. They're all real life type problems, and you're going to work through those and upload those for the homework. Now, something to make this doable, because I don't want you to get frustrated in stats, because a lot of times people take stats, it goes well for a while, and then after a while they get completely lost. I have made a video with the answers to each one of the homework problems. So if there's 6 homework problems, there's going to be 6 videos with the answers. So you don't have any excuses. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do on the Excel videos, or on the videos, to do the Excel homework. And it's not cheating if you change your answer after you watch the videos. That's what you're supposed to do, to figure out what's going on. Now, you need to explain your answers in complete sentences. And sometimes on the online video, I just do the Excel part and the math part, and I just say the exercise, the answers to the exercises in a complete sentence or paragraph out loud. So you do have to think a little bit to communicate the right answer, but you're not going to get stuck any place because you've got the videos with the answers. Now, not only do you have the answers to these videos, the problems, you think, oh, I'll get 100% all the time on these homework assignments. Well, actually, people don't, because there's so many little details and that you just kind of miss a few things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try grading them as soon as you submit it. And then if you don't get 100%, you can resubmit it for a higher grade. In fact, you can keep resubmitting it up to 1 week after it's due, except for the last week of the course, because then we've got to get everything due at that last weekend. You can keep resubmitting it. So if week one's homework is due on Sunday, if you submit it on Friday, I'll try grading it on Friday or Saturday. You can resubmit it again by Sunday. Or if you need to resubmit it again, you still have till next Sunday to resubmit it. So if you want 100% and an A in this course, you can get it. Just keep resubmitting the homework. So that's what the homework is. And then the fourth part is the textbook reading. And this is a textbook by Pagano called Introduction to Applied Statistics or something like that. And it's a good, straightforward stats book. You don't need calculus or anything. All they do is algebra, explain what's going on. And so you've got assigned reading, and that counts for, like, I don't know, 4% or 6% or something of your grade. You can find that in the syllabus. And that'll be on the honor system. You'll indicate at the end how much you read. Now, one thing that's really strange about this course is that the best students, those are the ones that keep working on the problem, so they get 100% on the homework. When it comes to the textbook reading, they tend to be honest and said, oh, I read 40% of the textbook or 80% of the textbook. And that's okay, because if you've gotten 100% on the homework, losing a few points on the textbook reading is not going to be a problem. But what's really funny is that the students who do poorly on the homework, who don't keep redoing it, and who clearly don't understand everything that go on, a lot of time for the textbook reading, they report that they read 100% of the textbook. Now that's bothersome because either they're lying and they didn't read it, which might very well be the case, or they were reading it without understanding it, because the textbook has like 4 times as much of material as we actually need for the homework. And so if you're reading the textbook and you're not understanding it, that means you're wasting your time. Don't do that. You're grad students. You've got a busy life. You've got more important things to do. Understand the basic parts in the homework and the activities, the part that we're doing in the class. The textbook is if you want to go beyond the class. So if you don't read 100% of the textbook, I'm not going to think any less of you. I want you to learn the basics and become really familiar with understanding the meaning of statistics and their application in organizational psychology. So I'm looking forward to working with all of you. I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you really well by the time that you graduate. I'm looking forward to finding out what makes you unique as a person, getting to find out what your passions are, and I'm especially getting to know you pretty well as we work together on your thesis, as you put together one of the things that will define the future parts of your life.